Let me explain where we are and where I went wrong. We actually have two classes together today, my class and Mr. Blanchard's class. Mr. Blanchard's out sick. So I have to explain to my students something Mr. Blanchard did correctly that I did wrong. Oops, it happens, trust me. So, hang on, let me get everyone in. Okay, so what happened last time was I thought that the reference questions, there's Nicole. I thought the reference things were the actual questions. Let me just show people what I was doing. Here we are. Okay, so last week, I thought that these guys were the questions because they seemed to be in a sheet format and the answer sheet was just the answer sheet. These are references. You should read through these, please. Got all kinds of old hands in here. Summer. Okay. So welcome everyone. So we just got a bunch of people from Mr. Blanchard's class. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing another of these practice quizzes. I need to explain what went wrong with my students last time. I thought this reference sheet, look, there's Sam, was the questions. And when I realized it wasn't, I had no idea where they were. That's because they were hidden. We found that prep test number 1 in the AP classroom. That is fine, but that was not the test that was supposed to go into Canvas, as everyone who wrote me knows. Oh, it's a difference here. The problem with the AP Classroom quiz was it had 30 questions and the one in Canvas had 33. So let me show you in the module from last time. I sent this in an email to everyone twice, I believe. So you should have hopefully done this over the weekend. The idea is to look at the answer sheet of 1A right here, and this has the questions on the bottom of it. I did not realize this because stupidly I run out of answer sheets, and we had printed answer sheets and I just had no idea to look any further. It doesn't say to look down. All the questions are down here at the bottom of the sheet. Starts at 1, ends at 33. Go figure. There are 33 in the Canvas. Everyone's Canvas quiz. And then let me get David in. Everyone's Canvas quiz/test from last Thursday has been reset to let you put those numbers in. We have not wasted effort here, okay? Ideally, if you're taking the quiz, you are going to do the AP Classroom AP Prep Test 1, Prep Test 2, Prep Test 3. Let me show you, there are now 4 in here. That is not the AP Classroom. Here is the AP Classroom, right? Under Review, there are now Create PT Response 3A, 3B, 3C, 3D, helping you with your Create PT. But there are also these reviews, Review Session 1, Session 2, Session 3, Session 4. Each one are 45 minutes. They will help you, okay? When I go to the question bank in AP Classroom, this is where we got in trouble last time. We saw that there was a practice test 1. That was not what we were supposed to be working on. But all of you in my class have a list of answers now to practice test 1. Those were not the answers to the Canvas quiz. Put them in this practice test and it will tell you what you got right and wrong. There are 30 answers, go figure, okay? Put them in, see what went right and wrong. These quizzes in the AP Classroom will tell you what went right and wrong. The ones in Canvas will not because there are still people taking them, okay? So that is my big explanation of what went wrong last time and how to fix it. And we're basically doing the same thing this time. So you do need an answer sheet. I apologize. I should have printed out more of those for everybody in class. But you can use the digital one. You can just use a piece of paper and mark your numbers on it. Ah, yes. Somebody is noticing our favorite problem with the SSQRP item. This is our friend Rahil Gaglani. How do we answer the AP practice passage questions on SSQRP? Because I don't see any answer choices for them. I had an excellent student ask me the same question. This is being graded for completion for one. The other is it's messed up. In the AP, it will say what those choices are, right? I don't know why they did not put them in here. Let me open this up and show you, just to make sure. Come on, where is that thing? Oh, here it is, it's in the big one. So this is what we're talking about. It's the SSQRP app practice reading passage. All right. So you open this up. This, the top thing has the flow chart, right? I got to open this. And this has a reading passage and a flow chart. All right. Basically, a company had a phone system and they upgraded to a voice phone system. Something that I am betting will be on the AP test. What is an oval? What is a parallelogram? What is a diamond? What is a rectangle in a flow chart? The oval is the start of the algorithm. The parallelogram is an input or output. Diamonds are always going to be choices, if else, yes on one side, no on the other. The rectangle at the bottom is the result. So you have this series of questions. The ones that are really confusing are like, which item in the flow chart it's not exactly what I was doing. Well, let's say here, over on the right side in practice 5, of the following potential benefits, which is least or most likely to be provided by the upgraded system? G, there is no list of benefits after this. There is no following list. In the AP, you would have 4 choices. All you are doing is looking at your flow chart and trying to come up with a reasonable response. So my favorite one is Well, here's a stupid one that I hate. Which item in the flow chart is least or most likely to be included in the directory? There is no mention of a directory here, right? There is no word directory in this document. Look, I can do Control F, directory. It ain't there, 0, 0. How can that be? Use your mind. So the new system collects people's name, phone number, address, right? It says it's somewhere in here. But anyway, all you need to say is which of the items in the flow chart is least or most likely to be included in the directory. Let's take a look. I mean, the things in my mind that are going into our directory are customer's telephone number, name, and address, right? The upgraded system, but not the original, stores all information from the calling session in a database for future reference. This includes the customer's telephone number, information provided by the customer, name, address, order number, credit card. A directory is like a school directory. It's just a bunch of names and, you know, their phone number and their address. Those are probably what's going on there. You just figure out anything that seems reasonable. If you fill this out, you will get credit, okay? That's the bottom line. All right, let's get back to our fabulous slideshow. So our warm-up in the chat. What do you think about that last quiz the last prep test? Was it helpful? Did it hurt? Technically, I am going to be grading your AP for accuracy. You are right. Somebody's asking if things are going to be, you know, technically, if it's a practice points thing, it should be graded for completion. It doesn't make any sense for me to grade you for completion on an AP practice quiz. So for the most part, like on QQSRP, I am grading you for completion. The idea with these two quizzes, for one, don't look at the last one. The last one, you put random answers in. It is not surprising that you got a 30 since you put random answers in. That was my fault. Okay, so these are both just going to be practice prep. We decided not to create an assessment version because a lot of people are not doing well. We did not want this to hurt you, okay? So what we are doing today is the test review 1B. There are those 8 new videos I showed you. There is an AP CSP help session tomorrow, 2:45 to 3:45. I will try and send an email to everyone. I will not be here because I teach at Blair tomorrow. Any other questions can be done during the check-in on Wednesday. We have a regular check-in. Yes, and please, everyone did terribly because I gave you the wrong information last time. Do not be dismayed, and you did not waste time. You have the answers to that test 1 in the AP classroom. Put those in, see how you did. Then look at the real questions under the blank answer sheet and fill in the Canvas. Again, ideally, last class's Canvas has all been reset for everyone. If for some reason you are not getting access, let me know and I will give it to you. All right, I just want everyone to get the points. I want everyone to do well. All right, what is due is our practice test 1A and 1B in Canvas by the end of tomorrow. If you are not taking the test, it is not going to kill me if that does not get in there by tomorrow, but I need it to give you points. If you are a senior, get it in. I am giving you a grade almost today. Our goal or objective is that you will be able to evaluate your knowledge of the computer science principles by taking a practice test. All righty. So the 4 tests in the AP classroom are 30 minutes apiece. They will tell you the answers. The quizzes we are doing in Canvas will not, because they are for points and everyone has not taken them yet. Ideally, let me know if you are taking your quiz tomorrow. I am trying to get the answer sheet for one student. If you are taking your quiz the 26th, I want to get you those answers so you can see what's wrong. Okay? If you are taking the test on the 7th, don't worry about all those practice in the AP thing. You can spread them out. If you're taking it on the 26th, you got to try and get those knocked out. It's just experience. This is like playing, Cards Against Humanity or Trivial Pursuits. The more answers to questions you don't know that you spot on these practice tests, the easier it's going to be to get that question and go, oh, I know the answer now. Trust me, it happens. If you are not taking the test, the AP exam, you do not need to take the practice quizzes in the AP classroom, all right? Here's how it breaks down. Part 1, creative development, the start of our year, 10 to 15%. Data is going to be about 15 to 20%. Algorithms and programming, go figure. That is the big one, 30 to 35%. Computer systems and networks, 10 to 15%. And impact of computing is 20 to 25%. Again, impact of computing is things like making a computing innovation. What does that require? It requires a program. Okay, remember that. Complete exam setup must be done ASAP. Tom was in my last class. If you are taking the exam on the 26th, you need to get your either AP app or your lockdown browser through MCPS on your Chromebook installed and set up 3 days prior to the start of your exam. So on Sunday, you are allowed to start setting this up. You need to have your app set up a day before the quiz. You need to be in that app, ready to take your quiz a half an hour before showtime. So as far as I know, showtime is 4 o'clock. Be in the quiz in the app, or be at least in the app. You probably can't be in the quiz at 3:30. Do not push it. I had 3 students who did not get drafts that are sitting in their portfolio submitted. It's not that they are bad students. It was very difficult to get it all done and to keep track of everything. So please make sure to get your app set up. Do it now. I don't want you trying to do it the day of and being told, oh, you can't take the test because you needed to set this up yesterday. It has to be set up prior to the day of the exam, okay? These links are all taking you to the exact same thing. This tells you how to download the lockdown browser from MCPS on an MCPS Chromebook. Let me know if you have questions or issues. This is all for Mr. Paspan. You should have received it already and your parents should have. And I sent it to everyone this morning. We just want to make sure everyone is prepared, okay? All right, these are all the same thing. Don't worry about that. The practice test. We have our last half practice test today. You will have time to work on the test for the day. Everyone must take both practice tests since they are practice prep grades for this quarter. You will mark your answers in Canvas after you complete your answer sheet from the test. This is to let you work as long as you want getting your answers. Once you open the quiz, you only have an hour to put those answers in. It should only take 5 minutes to put the answers in. But I did have people who opened their quiz at the start and never put anything in. If you have a big technical glitch, we are late enough in the year that I will help you. Just let me know, okay? If you are not able to get into your quiz, I can give you an extra try. Just let's try and get this all done. Our path to success. Read through the questions on the PDF attached to the module for today. The questions are listed after the answer sheet. Yay! Print a copy of the test answer sheet, first page of PDF, and mark that with your answers, or mark the answers down on a sheet of paper. After you finish answering the questions, mark the correct answer on the Canvas quiz. All right, so once you do your whole test on the answer sheet, you're going to open up your Canvas quiz/test, and you're just going to copy those answers into the problems that you see. They should match up. In quiz 1A, there are 33 answers. In quiz 1B, seems like there are 36 answers. All right. You have an hour to complete the assignment in Canvas. So answer the questions first, then record them in the Canvas quiz. All right. Oh, there is one thing left in the module I just want to go through and show. Did I? I'm not sure. Here we go. Okay. Big, open, and crowdsourced data. This is the last area that we haven't really hit. I'm not quite sure what this is referring to, but just reading through this is going to help. Open data, sharing data with others so they can analyze it. Open data is publicly available data shared by governments, organizations, and others. Making data open helps spread useful knowledge or creates opportunities for others to use it to solve problems. These last sentences are going to be the question you are asked. I am sure of it. What helps spread useful knowledge and creates opportunities? Open data does. Citizen science and crowdsourcing, collecting data from others so you can analyze it. Crowdsourcing is the practice of obtaining input or information from a large number of people via the internet. Citizen science is research, where some of the data collection is done by members of the public using own computing devices, which lead to solving scientific problems. Crowdsourcing offers new models for collaboration, connections between business and social causes. Both are examples of how human capabilities can be enhanced by collaboration via computing. So the question you will be asked is, how is computing enhanced by collaboration? I'm going to ask you, how is computing enhanced by collaboration? And I'm going to hear crickets. You are going to say, why, data is enhanced by collaboration through such things as crowdsourcing and citizen science, where large amounts of data are compiled by people to help create the database. Big data collects huge amounts of data so we can learn even more from it. The size of the data sets we analyzed impact how much information can be extracted. As a result, in business, science, or many other contexts, people are working with increasingly big data sets. When a data set gets too big, it can no longer be processed on one computer. Cloud computing or parallel systems are sometimes used to help process all the information. So here is our question. In general, scalability of our system is important to consider when working with big data. What you want your system to be able to work, or you want your system to be able to work even as you're using more and more data. How do you do that? You do that by using list length -1 as the end of your list. Instead of saying your list is I less than 4, if you are always looking for the end of the list, you are controlling complexity by having a list that works no matter how much data you put in it. So remember, these last questions are really teeing up how the question is going to be asked with you. So let's see. When working with big data, how can you create scalability so that you can work with any amount of data without changing your program? I do this by measuring the end of my list using list length -1 to get that last index. All right, I promise I will stop talking. We have 33 minutes to work on this. Remember, your questions are in your answer sheet, and you want to be working on 34 through 70. Okay, that is 1B, B. Tomorrow, Sam? Someone's asking me when grades are due for seniors. The Canvas thing is all going to be practice points. We just felt that people were not doing well enough on it to make them assessment points because we're trying to help everyone. We're not trying to hurt everyone, but these are tricky. Ooh. Julie, refresh me on what a summative point. There are all the points on these two tests are practice points. We've gone away from creating an assessment part, which I'm assuming is the summative points. Yes, not completion. Julie, you will do fabulously, I'm sure. Right. The test you took in the AP Classroom is the AP Classroom test, not the Canvas test. This is a mistake I made. So just put those answers back into that AP Classroom and you'll be able to see what you got wrong. We were all supposed to be doing test 1 anyway. Anybody that sees things like my friend Rohil is saying, I've got his vocab quiz. Chapter 10, remember, chapter 10, which is cybersecurity, vocab quiz. You can take it as many times as you want. You have to get 10 out of 10 to get the score. Those are assessment points. If somehow I have not given them to you and you had them, let me know. They are a big help. Don't worry, I got you, brother. I'll take care of it. And stop sharing for a moment. Or Chen, can you take a look at the chat? I'm just dying to get your app. Jessica Klein, can you just look at the chat? I sent you a message. Our question for you is, are you taking the 26th? Okay, they should be coming out next class, I believe. That they're gonna have they're gonna have an answer sheet so that you'll know what you did. The problem is, since they're for credit, it's, they're worried enough about cheating. Once there's an answer sheet, then you can't really keep doing it. But it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. It's going to come out. Don't worry. But I have a couple students that are taking the 26, so I'm going to try and get that to them today. What's that? For art, no, it can't. It's not. If it was completion points, there wouldn't be any reason to do it. It's just practice points. It's 10 points. It's not going to mean much in the end. That the idea was, it was supposed to be, one was going to be practice, one was going to be assessment, so that one would be really heavy on your grade, but it just didn't seem that everybody was doing that well, and we don't want to be punishing people. So it's all practice points. It's going to help you, but not that much. It's going to be practice points. You're not going to remember, every practice point is a 1/10 of an assessment point. So it's a factor, you're a factor of 10 less. And it's that exact thing. We didn't want anyone getting hurt. And with practice points, it's hard, any hurt is not going to be very much. But it's mostly just getting you going over these things and thinking. Viraj is asking me, the 10-point test reviews, yes, everybody needs to be doing their Canvas, or you'll end up getting a 50 or whatever. The Canvas ones you do need to do if you are not taking the AP exam. The AP classroom, there are 4 of these practice tests in the AP classroom. You do not need to do those. Yes, they're due tomorrow by midnight, but that's really just to get you the information if you're taking the test on the 26th. I just want to get you the points. So if you're not taking it the 26th, I'm not going to count you late if you turn it in after the 25th. Know that I do not charge you for COVID for lateness. The problem is nobody ever understands that, and it's supposed to take stress off you. It doesn't take stress off if nobody knows that we're not dinging you for late. So like my friend Lily was saying, if you are not taking the quiz and you refuse to take the Canvas quizzes, you're going to get a 50 on them. They're going to be practice points. It's not going to hurt you. It's better to do these just because getting all the experience, it really helps you. Okay. I 5 minutes. Yes, just know my biggest desire is to get you a good grade and to get you passing at the end of the year. If anybody has worries or problems, just reach out to me and I will work with you. I've been through all the grades last night, so hopefully everything is accurate. Some people have found some things that aren't, and that really helps me when you let me know. I just have 170 students, so I cannot understand the fine tuning of every grade. And Synergy and Canvas do weird things. So I really do want to thank everyone. You've all done a wonderful job of supporting me in that fine tuning where you see something wrong with your grade and make me aware of it. Know that all I want is happy students and to be able to breathe. Something very weird here. I hear you. You can't fool me. I'm an old hand at this. 1 minute. Half a minute. No, he's heading for the door. Come on, you're done. You would have made it. We are finito. It is 2:30. Thank you for a great day. I really do apologize for the confusion over this thing. I am always deathly afraid of not knowing what we need to do. And that was a really bad moment after I'd been very sick. You're just looking at it going, okay, well, these aren't questions. Where are they?
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good day.
Adiós,
Au
amigo.
revoir.
Gracias.
Remember, there is a check-in 2:45 to 3:45 tomorrow, I believe. I'll try and send a link.
Thank you.
Woohoo! My pleasure. Eric, do you have anything for me? Thank you. Always fun to see you. Always fun to see everybody. Someday I'm going to remember everybody. That's going to be an impressive day. So hang on. So you are, I hate to say, I always have you split between 3 people. Okay. No, I didn't even have you split between the 3 people. Tom Conrad, you, I'm going to literally go see right now and I'll see if I can email it to you.
Okay, thank you.
And the only thing is you're sworn to secrecy. Don't share it with anyone. Trust me, not a problem. I understand the need. Okay, Eric, you in there? Eric Chen, you got anything for me? Please? Nikolai, I'd love things from you. Madeline, how'd you do on your race? No one's going to talk to me.